today I'm gonna make something pretty using the leftover yarns that I accumulated over time from various projects. And I'm gonna make this Mission and Puff inspired snail hairpin. The yarn I'll be using is Madeline Tosh vintage weight hand-dyed yarn, and you can choose a yarn of similar weight. I think DK works fine too. And then the hook I'm going to be using is 3.5 millimeter. You'll also be needing a pair of scissors, a stitch marker, and a tapestry needle. Okay, let's get started. So firstly, you need to choose the two colors that you want, a main color and a contrast color. So today I'm going to use the cinnamon orange as my main color. And I do a magic ring. I like to do double magic ring because I feel like it gives me a tighter center. And into this magic ring, let's make 8 single crochet stitches. So a chain stitch to secure the beginning. It's also the standing stitch of the round, and 8 single crochet stitches. After 8 stitches, tighten the ring. We don't have to do a slip stitch, which is why we are going to be using the stitch marker to mark the beginning of each round. Okay, so into the first stitch of round 1, let's just start round 2. And round 2 is single crochet stitches increase for 8 times, which will give us 16 single crochet stitches. So into each of the stitch, we make 2 single crochet stitches. And let's not forget to mark the first stitch. Okay, so we'll come back after 16 single crochet stitches. So now we're going to start round 3. For round 3, let's first take off the stitch marker. For round 3, what we're going to do is a repeat of 1 single crochet stitch and 1 single crochet stitch increase. So let's do 1 repeat together. So 1 single crochet and stitch marker, and then 1 single crochet increase, which is making 2 single crochet stitches into 1. Okay, so we repeat this 3 stitches for 8 times, and then for round 3 we'll have 24 single crochet stitches, and we'll fast forward to the end of round 3. So now for round 4, we are going to stop making increases, but we're not going to finish round 4, so we're going to make only 12 stitches for round 4, and we're going to stop there. So for round 4, let's do no increase, which is 1 single crochet into each stitch for 12 times. We still need to mark the first stitch, so that's the first one of round 4, and then continue this way. No increase for 12 stitches, and we'll come back at the end of the 12 stitches. Okay, so this is after 12 stitches, so we're like halfway through the round, and we're going to make a slip stitch into the next stitch and just cut the yarn, leaving a short loose end, and then just thread the yarn through. Okay, we're going to leave our main color like this with the stitch holder in place, and then just set it aside. Now we're going to use our contrast color. Again, we're going to do a magic ring. And this time I'm going to use a single ring because in this case it's easier to tighten. You can still use the double ring. Either way is fine. Okay, as a chain stitch to secure the beginning of the round, also acting as a standing, we do 2 single crochet stitches. This is the head of the snail. Now we're going to make 3 chain stitches, and then come back at the second stitch and do a slip stitch in there, another slip stitch, and then we make into the ring a single crochet stitches and repeat the process. So 3 chain and 2 slip stitches. Okay, and then back into the ring, we're gonna finish it off with 3 more single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3. And afterwards, we're just simply gonna tighten the magic ring and then slip stitch into the beginning, which is the first of the single crochet stitch. Okay, slip stitch. Let's make sure it's tight. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is, let's come back to the main color piece. We're gonna insert, okay, firstly, let's leave all the loose end to the left. Okay. So those two are the loose end to the left, and that's the active yarn that I'm carrying to continue the crochet into the slip stitch from the main color place, so which is here where you made the last slip stitch of the round. Okay, insert hook. Oops. Right side facing, huh? Okay, insert hook and then yarn over, bring your yarn out, contrast color yarn, and then crochet a single crochet stitch into that space. And then in the same space, same spot, we'll make another single crochet stitch. Okay, so now we kind of secured the head to the body. Now we're going to continue make a single crochet stitches without increase all the way to the stitch before the stitch marker. At the same time, we're going to kind of wrap the yarn, the loose end, as we go. It kind of helps us later on when we're trying to, you know, cut loose ends off, because now we kind of wrap them in so they're kind of secure. Okay, so I'm going to fast forward to the end. Okay, so I'm at the end, well, the stitch before the stitch marker. Now you can remove the stitch marker. And we can also cut off the loose end right now because, you know, you carried it all the way from here. Okay, so to finish it off, let's make the tail together. To make the tail of the snail, let's do 3 chain stitches and then come back to the second and do a slip stitch and another slip stitch, and then we do a third slip stitch into at the bottom of your last single crochet. Okay, just kind of like secure the end. We're gonna leave a decent length of the contrast color because we're gonna also do the you know, the stitching pattern on the body. Okay, now I'm gonna thread the long end. Let's do the stitch, a few stitches together. So firstly, we're gonna insert the tapestry needle into the space right next to where we stopped. Yep, and pull it through. Bring the yarn to the back of the snail, and then from the back to front, right next to it, bring the needle through. And now we're gonna do back and forth. Insert your needle through your snail to the back, and then bring it back out, and then go back in like that. So just kind of do the stitches back and forth. Yep, all the way till you reach the center. Because you did the continuous like round, so if you just trail like where your rounds are going, you're gonna end up like naturally a swirl pattern. Okay, I'm gonna fast forward to the end of this process and we'll come back. Okay, so I'm gonna finish off here. Can you see the swirls now? It ends kind of above your first round. And then what I'm gonna do is secure the loose end at the back. I'm gonna leave the yarn here for a bit because I'm gonna use the same yarn, this thread, to secure the hairpin to the back of my snail. See? We've just made our snail.